They say Medusa is dangerous, but if you knew the reason she transformed, you might be more afraid of the one behind her. Before she became a nightmare feared by all mankind, she was a beauty so radiant that even the gods turned their gaze in envy. Medusa, the brightest flower of Athena's sacred temple, trusted that place as her haven, her refuge, her unshakable peace. But purity often attracts the darkest twists of fate. In the very sanctuary she believed would protect her, a single moment, not her fault, not her choice, shattered her world. Punishment fell on the innocent, while the guilty walked away untouched. Her golden hair, once a crown of divine grace, began to writhe in torment, each strand turning into a serpent. The curse ate through her humanity, stripping away all she once was. What remained was not a monster by nature, but a soul twisted by injustice. A tragedy the world chose to fear rather than understand. Exiled from the light, she hides in the shadows of forgotten ruins. Here, ambitious men seek glory, finding only eternity in cold stone. They call her a monster. But who wonders, when did the monster's heart shatter? A single glance, the end. Yet also the only liberation she finds in this eternal solitude. Why did chains bind her tight, while the one who sowed disaster still sits proudly on the throne of the sea? He, the violator, is still worshipped, free to ride the white-crested waves, while she, his victim, is cast into the shadows, branded a monster. They call Athena's judgment justice, but it was merely the cowardice of those above. They dared not punish the strong, so they unleashed their fury upon the weak. She resents the beauty she once possessed, for it was that very beauty which invited the devil, turning her into a pawn in the gods' cruel and hypocritical game. Inside the dark cavern, Perseus and Medusa clash in a storm of steel and fury. What appears to be a battle between a hero and a monster is, in truth, the collision of two lives forced into a fate neither chose. Perseus fights to survive, to fulfill a destiny imposed by the gods. Medusa fights because she has been hunted for too long, abandoned by the world that once betrayed her. Behind her terrifying form lives a soul that never asked to be cursed. For a brief moment, their eyes meet. In Medusa's gaze, there is no hatred left, only exhaustion and quiet surrender, as if she is finally ready for the end of her suffering. Then the final strike comes. Medusa does not scream, she does not resist. A single tear slips down her cheek, carrying a lifetime of injustice. As her body falls, her face softens, peaceful at last, free from the curse that defined her existence. Perseus stands frozen. There is no triumph in his heart, only sorrow. He understands now. He has not slain a monster, but ended the pain of a broken soul. And so the battle ends, leaving behind a bitter truth. Sometimes, those called monsters are the ones who suffered the most.